Hello, everyone. This is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to continue with our Stratomatic baseball card and dice, makes everything nice. 1976 Bicentennial tournament. We are in the West Region final. The Cinderella Chicago White Sox take on the number 2 seeded Oakland A's. First pitch is next. Game 1, best of 3. The winner takes the West Region in the Bicentennial tournament and will face off in the future with the East Region surprise winners, Cleveland Indians. We still have the National League, East and West regions to be played. All right, let's get to the starting lineups and roll some Stratomatic baseball. For the Cinderella Chicago White Sox, the darlings of the tournament, getting the start here in Game 1 against the Oakland A's. Ken Brett, 10-12, 3.28 ERA in 26 starts. He did have 2 saves, pitched 203 innings, struck out 92 while walking 76, allowing 173 hits. In those 173 hits, 5 of them were home runs. Ben Witz, how you doing? Hope all is well. So he will be the starting pitcher. Point of weakness check starts in the 8th. He has a -5 on the hold. That is outstanding. Leading off, playing center field. Is he in center? No, he's in right field. I'm sorry. Leading off, playing right field, Ralph Garr. Batting second, playing shortstop, Bucky Dent. The DH, George Orta, bats third. Jim Spencer's the cleanup hitter, plays first base. Brian Downing does the catching. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth, second baseman Jack Brohammer. Playing third, batting seventh, Kevin Bell. Chet Lemon is in center. He'll bat eighth. Batting ninth, left fielder Alan Bannister. For the Oakland A's, pitching Game 1 is their number 3 starter, Paul Mitchell, 9-7, 4.25 ERA, 26 starts, 142 innings pitched, allowed 169 hits, walked 30, struck out 67, gave up 15 homers in those 169 hits. The White Sox feel pretty good about themselves with Brett on the mound. Leading off, switch hitting Billy North. He is in center field. Batting second, the shortstop Bert Campaneris. Joe Rudy plays left, bats third. The cleanup hitter, third baseman Sal Bando. Batting fifth, the catcher Gene Tennis. Batting sixth, the designated hitter Donnie Baylor. Playing second, batting seventh, Phil Gardner. First baseman Ron Fairley will bat eighth. Claudel Washington will play right field and bat ninth. The A's use the 1 and 2 starters in their sweep of the Angels. Thus, Paul Mitchell gets the start. Point of weakness check starts in the 6th. He is a +2 on the hold, not bueno. So Paul Mitchell will be on the mound to face the White Sox Cinderella lineup. Let's put this pen down here. Put that over there. Mark Jones, how you doing? Hope all is well. Ben says, doing okay. Little bit of time before bed, checking in on how your event is doing. Well, thank you very much, Ben. We shall start things off for the White Sox. It's going to be Gar, Dent, Orta to face the right-hand hurling Paul Mitchell. Mitchell to Gar to start off things here in the West Region Final Bicentennial Tournament American League. We're looking at a 4-9 left-handed batter, 4-9. That's a single to right. So Ralph Gar gets the White Sox off to a good start. That's a single to right. And I see the red pen does not show up well. We're going to switch that then. There. Single to right for Ralph Gar. He's a B stealer. +1. I don't do the extra hold, so it's Mitchell +2, Tennis -1, so it's a +1. B stealer 1 through 14. He's going to go. The White Sox, he's going. Dent at the plate. He is safe. Possible throwing error by Tennis 1 through 5. No throwing error. That ball is smothered by the second baseman, Phil Gardner. So a stolen base by Ralph Gar, the Go-Go White Sox, trying to drum up the ghosts of 1959. Runner at second for Bucky Dent. He's an A bunter. He's going to bunt. They'll play him for the bunt. He squares. Mitchell deals. That's a 10. I don't think that's going to be a good bunt on a B. Batter is safe. Lead runner thrown out. What a play by Mitchell. He throws to Bando, who applies the tag on Gar. So Bucky Dent does not get the job done. So that's going to be a fielder's choice on a bad bunt. And that was 1-5. We'll just mark that there. And he was out 1-5. So 1 out. Dent at first. No longer do the White Sox have a runner in scoring position. The number 3 batter, left-hand batting DH George Orta, steps to the plate. Mitchell has the sign from Tennis. The pitch to Orta. That is a 5-11 left-handed batter. So we're going to go 5-11. Single to center. Oh, boy, that would have scored a run. Center fielders Billy North. Bucky Dent will stop at second. Failed bunt now costs, for the moment, the White Sox a run. 1 out, 2 on. Dent at second. Orta at first. The dangerous Jim Spencer at the plate. He's got some pop. Digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Mitchell nods his head. He's ready to go. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Spencer. Off the Mitchell card, we're looking at a left-handed batter, 5-10. 5-10. This is a play for the catcher, Gene Tennis. Tennis behind the plate is a 3-E8. 9. 3-E8 on a 9. We go to the error check. Again, he's an E8. 5 on the E8. That is an error on Gene Tennis. So Gene Tennis throws the ball wide to first. Fairley does a good job not letting it get by him, but the bases are now juiced on the E2. Dent to third. Orta to second. And let's double check that. That was a 5 on an E8 catcher. Three through 6, 11 and 12, 1 base error. Not a good start for the A's. The Cinderella White Sox loving it. Bases juiced, only one out. Brian Downing, the counterpart of Gene Tennis. He's the Chicago catcher, steps to the right-hander's batter's box. The A's will look to turn 2 and get out of this mess for Mitchell. Sportsflix has joined us. Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful channel and subscribe. Mitchell to Downing. One out, no place to put Downing with the bases juiced of Pale Hose. 1-3, right-handed pitcher. So a 1-3 is a ground ball B. Ground ball B to the pitcher. They're not going to turn 2 here. Mitchell throws to the shortstop Campanera's relay throw, not in time. And the Chicago White Sox take a 1-0 lead. Bucky Dent scores from third. Orta advances to third. Spencer is out on the fielder's choice, 1-6 by Downing. Downing does pick up a ribby there, though. Two outs, first and third, 1-0 Chicago, to the shock and chagrin of Oakland A's fans here at the Coliseum. Left-hand batting second baseman Jack Brohammer steps to the plate. Brohammer awaits the Mitchell offering. The pitch. 6 is gone wild. We got a triple Route 66. We're looking at a 6-12. 6-12, and that is a walk. The bases are loaded once again. Downing to second, holding at third is Orta. Advancing to first on the free pass, Jack Brohammer. Base is loaded for Kevin. Let me ring your bell. Right-hand batting third baseman for the Chicago White Sox. Tennis goes out to have a word with Mitchell. It was Tennis's error that really set up this whole thing, as the run is unearned. Tennis back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. Mitchell to Bell. No place to put Kevin Ding Dong Bell. 4-7, right-handed batter. 4-7, single to center. It's going to score 2 more runs. Cinderella is living, and living quite well here in the top of the first at the Oakland Coliseum. Kevin Ding Dong Bell has just rung the bell twice. For whom the bell tolls. Right now, it's tolling runs for the Chicago White Sox. So 2 ribbies for the Ding Dong Man. Orta scores from third. Downing scores from second. Going first to third is Jack Brohammer. 3-0 Chicago White Sox. Ken Brett looking on from the Chicago dugout. The number 8 batter, Chet Lemon, to the plate. All runs are unearned. The pitch to Chet Lemon. Can he jet one out of the ballpark? We're looking at a 2-10 right-handed pitcher. 2-10, single to right. Good God almighty, you give these White Sox an inch, they're going to take 15 miles. That's the 4th run. Trotting in from third is Brohammer. One, two, three, 4. We had the walk. Oh, yeah, it was first and third. That's right. So Lemon singles in a run. Bell's going to stop at second. Going to play station to station there, because Billy North has, that was a 2-10. Oh, that's to 2-10. That's to right. Washington has a -1. You know, he's going to hold. With 2 outs, we'll keep it at first and second. 4-0 Chicago. A's might be going to the bullpen already. Yes, this is the same Chicago White Sox team that finished dead last in reality, but they have some decent pitching, and in a short series, anything can happen. And the dice have been rolling hot for the White Sox. Number 9 batter, Alan Bannister. So we have first and second, 2 outs, 4-0 White Sox. The pitch to Bannister from Mitchell trying to get out of this horrific, nightmarish inning. All the runs are unearned due to Gene Tennis's throwing error. We're looking at a 4-4 to Bannister, righty-righty matchup. 4-4, ground ball to third, and Sal Bando, he's a 2E19. Bando is a 2E19. That's an 11 to Bando. An 11 goes to an error check, and he's an E19. 10, I believe he makes the play on that. E19 on a 10. Yes, he does. Backhanded stab. Pivots, throws low, scooped out of the dirt by Fairley. The side is retired. But the White Sox played 4 unearned runs. We go to the bottom of the first. The A's looking up at the scoreboard. They're down 4-0. Ken Brett, the hard-throwing lefty, to the mound with a 4-run lead for the Chicago White Sox. And this is the pre-pitch at your risk to Richie Zisk, 1970-17. I believe because those runs were unearned, it does not count towards fatigue or point of weakness. Yes, I do believe because those runs are unearned, they will not count towards point of weakness. At least that's the way we'll play it. So can the A's chip away or get a big chunk of it back here in the bottom of the first? For Oakland, North Campanera's Rudy to face Kenny Brett. Switch hitting Bill North will step to the right-hander's batter's box. Brett is ready. He's done with his warm-up tosses, has the ball back up on the bump. He rocks and deals to Billy North. Off the Billy North card, left-handed pitcher, 112. We're looking at a 1 and a 12. That's a chopper to first. Fielded by Spencer. He'll toss to Brett covering the bag. 1 out. So 1-3. Good start for Ken Brett and the White Sox. 4-0, 1 out, bottom of the first. Cinderella doing quite well here in the Oakland Coliseum. No wicked stepmother or stepsisters so far for the White Sox. Bert Campaneris hopes to change that. The pitch to Campy from Ken Brett. Right-handed batter, 5'9". 5'9". Hard hit ball to short. Bucky Dent is up with it. Throws to Spencer, 2 away. Scoring at home, 6-3. You should score at home. It's good for the brain. 2 outs, base is empty for Joe Rudy, the Oakland left fielder. Kenny Brett looks in, has the sign from Brian Downing. He rocks and deals to Joe Rudy. We're looking at a 4-6 right-handed batter. 4-6, fly ball to center. It's going to carry a bit, but not far enough. Chet Lemon goes back, makes the catch. 1-2-3 go the Oakland A's. We're through 1 here at the Coliseum. Cinderella Chicago White Sox 4. The Oakland A's frustrated, nothing. Paul Mitchell back on the mound. 4 unearned runs due to the error by the catcher, usually the very reliable Gene Tennis. Top of the order once again, as Yogi Bear would say, deja vu all over again. Gar Dent Orta to face Paul Mitchell. Gar singled and stole second, but was thrown out at third on a not-so-good bunt by Bucky Dent, quickly fielded by Paul Mitchell, who pivoted. No hesitation in Mitchell. He threw to third. Bando tagged him out. Here's the pitch homeward bound to Ralph Gar's second at-bat versus Mitchell. 3-3. What will it be? We shall see. Right-handed pitcher. So we're going 3-3, swing and a miss. Mitchell takes things into his own hands. 1 out for Bucky Dent, 0 for 1 on the fielder's choice. A failed bunt attempt by Bucky. Here's the pitch to Dent from Paul Mitchell. 5-9. Mitchell bears in with a 5-9 right-handed batter. 5-9. Weak power. So if you're a Chicago White Sox fan, if it's 1 through 13, it's not a homer because Dent has weak power, whether a lefty or righty pitcher. It is a single. So you want a 14 or higher, and it's a single. 1 out single for Bucky Dent. He's a D stealer. They will not hold him on. He's not going anywhere. They'll play behind Dent, daring Bucky to try to run on tennis. 1 out, 1 on for George Orta. He's singled and scored. Tennis sets the infield defense to double play depth. Wiggles the fingers. Mitchell's ready. The pitch to George Orta. Off the Mitchell card, left-handed batter, 5-5. We're looking at a 5 and a 5. Strike 3, looking on the breaking pitch. Excellent job of framing it by Gene Tennis. 2 outs. Dent will be off on contact. It'll be a +2 runner as they're playing behind him. So 1 through 14. Here's Jimmy Spencer. Mitchell to Spencer. There goes Bucky Dent. On contact, 3-8. 3-8. Hard one hopper. Up the middle, knocked down by Mitchell. He has it. He'll throw to first. The side is retired. 3-8 ground ball B. He would have went to second, but since it's the 3rd out, I say he goes to first. So Mitchell puts up the goose egg. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-0 White Sox. Due up for the Oakland A's, Bando, Tennis, Baylor. If anyone gets on, Phil Gardner. Razor has joined us. Hope all is well. He says, hey, Al, under the category that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, I am currently playing some 1973 elimination tournament exactly based on your 1976 format. Cool. What I like about that, and the reason why I decided to play the way I did, is because you're going to touch all the teams, and you have to go through your 4 pitchers. Or what? I mean, this is just my little thing. So I have to touch on a lot of players I probably would not have touched on. And it's kind of fun because when you see the pitching matchups going a better way for a weaker team, and we had the surprise. Remember Cleveland, who I think it was Cleve Baseball Fan, our good friend Tim, I think he said that's the only Cleveland team in the 70s that had a winning record. There were a few games over 500, and they took the American League East region by defeating the Yankees. Again, Cleveland had okay pitching. So here comes Ken Brett. How's your tournament going so far, Razor? If you like, share with us. As Ben Witt says, do you have any underdog stories like the White Sox? Well, Ben, we also have the Cleveland Indians. That was a pretty cool story. And again, if you don't realize, I'm a Red Sox fan. And as my much younger days, the Red Sox continually disappoint me in tournaments. The infamous 2 and out. So we only got to play 2 games with the 76 Red Sox in this tournament. I've played games offline. But I don't know if we're going to, well, we still have a ways to go in the tournament. But once we finish this tournament, I think I might jump to 77 because I have that. Or we might go with, maybe we'll do 98. I have that. I just picked that up. And I got 70 coming along with 2023. And the gem sets, a couple of new gem sets. As Razor says, he's still in the first round. Cool. I think it's a fun way to play if you're not going to do a season replay with a team. I'm currently doing an APA 1965 offline 38-game season where each team just plays 1 game home and away against everybody. And so far, it's been fun. And that's just a project I'm playing offline. So it's pretty easy. You play 1 game home, and then the next game you just play away, and that's week 1 for that team. And it's just easy to, you're getting a lot of games in. Hopefully I can get them all done. And you get to play a lot of different players. My rule, so I have to play the crappy players, is in any game 4, when you get to the 4th game of any, so it would be the second home and away game of a series. You're pitching your worst pitcher because you have to pitch 4 pitchers. You have your 4-man rotation, and you have to play anyone who has not played. You have to play your backups. All your backups have to play. Now I only have 20 cards per team, so it's not that bad. But you have to play. So that makes up for, oh, you're only playing the good players. No, every 4th game. So it's going to be the worst of the worst. And not all those players on the bench are bad. So that's a little fun little project offline I'm doing. Razor says, I really admire the guys that do full season replays with all the teams. I cannot do that. Neither can I. I don't even do that. I don't even do that with the PC. I'm trying it with 1982 Replay Baseball. I had a hell of a game between the Twins and the Mariners before I went to work. And again, I'm just I only manage the Red Sox. But I've been rolling, or the PC rolls all the dice, and I sit and I watch, and I call the game in my head like I believe we all do. My wife comes in and goes, who are you talking to? Because I think I was talking to myself in my head, but I actually was talking out loud. Butch Weiniger walked it off in the bottom of the 10th for the Twins. It was a really fun game, back and forth. Seattle had the lead, I think, 3 times. But in the end, there's only one lead that counts, the final score. All righty. So it's Bando to face Brett. Here's the pitch to Sal Bando. White Sox up 4-0. We're looking at a 5-7 right-handed batter. So 5-7. That is a strikeout. Bando chases high and in. Ken Brett records his first K. World's Worst Gamer, how you doing? World's Worst Gamer says, we are nuts for doing 162 game replays. I manage 1 or 2 teams and play mostly on the PC, and it's quite the journey. Yes, it is. And it's fun, though. So far I've played every game, and again, I only manage the Red Sox, and I haven't even got to the Red Sox yet because of weather in 82. They'll play Baltimore in, I think, 2 days, a doubleheader to start off the season. But I just play at my own pace. And you can go quick with Replay Baseball, and I enjoy it because it's aesthetically pleasing, and I like it. Here's Gene Tennis. It was his error that opened up the floodgates to 4 unearned runs in the first. Brett to Gene Tennis, 1-7 to Tennis. Left-handed pitcher, 1-7. That's a chopper to first. Moving to his left, backhanding it, is Spencer. He'll lead Brett to the bag. Brett wins the foot race, 2 down. So that's 3-1 there. This should have been 3-1 also. I did 1-3. I love dyslexia. It's wonderful. It's marvelous. Where's Captain Whiteout? Again, it doesn't really matter. You could just mark out, but there we go. 2 outs, base is empty. 4-0 White Sox. Don Baylor steps to the plate. Let's see what Mr. Baylor can do. Brett to Baylor. 2-5. Left-handed pitcher. 2-5. That's a ground ball to Bucky Dent at short. He's up with it. Throws to Spencer. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. Once again, they are done here in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. 4-0. The Cinderella Chicago White Sox. Due up in the top of the third. Downing, Brohammer, Bell to face Paul Mitchell. He has not given up an earned run. The 4 runs scored in the first, as we have stated ad nauseum, unearned due to the Gene Tennis throwing error. It's good to see everyone here. We have Razor, World's Worst Gamer, Ben Witz, Sports Flicks, Mark Jones. Good to see everybody. Here's the pitch to Brian Downing from Paul Mitchell to start off things here in the top of the third. We're looking at a 3-11. Right-handed pitcher, 3-11. Ground ball to first. Fairly has it. He'll win the foot race to the bag. Downing is now 0 for 2. He does have a ribby on the fielder's choice in the first. 1 down for Jack Brohammer. Brohammer walked and scored in the first inning. Mitchell to the left-hand batting. Jack Brohammer, 6'8", left-handed batter. We're looking at a 6. We're looking at an 8. Mitchell jams him. It's a popped up right side. Converging is Gardner and Fairley. Gardner calls for it. Fairley steps aside. There are 2 down as Gardner squeezes the glove. Ground out, pop out, 2 outs. That will bring to the plate Kevin Ding Dong Bell. He knocked in 2 with his single in the first. Can Bell ring it once again? Mitchell kicks and deals to Kevin Bell. We're looking at a 4-4. Does it close the door? Right-handed batter. 4-4. Ground ball to Bando at third. Bando is a 2E19. That is a 14. Bando with a 14 goes to the error check again. He's an E19. That's an error. E19 on a 3. Bando boots the ball. It rolls into foul territory. He picks it up, slaps his glove in disgust. Inning stays alive. Second error committed by the Oakland A's. So Bell at first, due to the Bando error. Chet Lemon has singled in a run. Bell a D stealer. They will not hold him on. They'll play behind him. 2 outs. It'll be a +2 runner, 1 through 14. Here's Chet Lemon trying to go 2 for 2. Mitchell takes a deep breath. The pitch to Chet Lemon. 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. 2-3. Right-handed pitcher. 2-3. Hit by the pitch. Mitchell, frustrated, hits Chet Lemon. There are words between the two. Bell to second. And ornery Chet Lemon to first. Alan Bannister to the plate. Mitchell, Lemon still barking at one another. The umpire now calls for time and calls for order. Now there's some hollering at the dugouts. Both dugouts yelling at one another. Order has been restored for the moment. Bannister steps to the right-hander's batter's box. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs, 2 on. Bell at second, Lemon at first. They will be +2 runners with 2 outs. Bannister looking to find a gap somewhere. Mitchell to Bannister. Alan Bannister is dealt a 4-9. Right-handed batter. 4 9, single to left. Alan Bannister singles with 2 outs. Bell's 1 through 14. Rudy has a +1 arm. That's 1 through 15. They're waving Kevin Ding Dong Bell. Rudy safe. 5-0 White Sox. Lemon holds at second as he wasn't sure if the ball was going to go through. Bannister knocks in a run. He's 1 for 2, 5-0 White Sox. That's a first. Actually, that is an unearned run also. Holy cow. 5 unearned runs. None of them count towards point of weakness. The way I'm playing, they're unearned. Paul Mitchell. He's soaking in it all right. Top of the order. Ralph Garr gets his third crack at Mitchell. He's 1 for 2. He singled, stolen a base, was thrown out at third on a horrific bunt by Bucky Dent. He's also struck out. So we have first and second. 5-0 the Cinderella White Sox. The pitch to Ralph Garr. 2 outs. Runners off on contact. It's a 6-5. 6-5 left-handed batter. So we have a 6. We have a 5. That's a ground ball to short, and Campaneris, he's a 2E16. It's a 1. It's going to get through. Unbelievable. Campaneris goes into the dive, is able to squish it a bit, but it rolls to the outfield grass. He quickly gets up, scrambles to it. The bases are juiced as it's a ground ball. It's a single with 1 star. Garr picks up his second hit. Lemon at third, Bannister at second, Garr at first, and here comes Bucky Dent to the plate. Dent 1 for 2, failed bunt, and a single. No place to put Bucky Dent. The bullpen's ready, but Mitchell deserves better. 5 unearned runs so far. Any run scored now is unearned also. The pitch to Bucky Dent. White Sox trying to bust this thing wide open. It's a 6-8 to Bucky Dent. 6-8. Dent sends it to center. Waiting for it. Squeezing it is Billy North. Bucky Dent is now 1 for 3. The White Sox do get 1 run, but boy, they could have scored a lot more. 5-0 Chicago. All the runs are unearned due to an error in the first that cost the A's 4 runs. The error was committed by the catcher, Gene Tennis, and now the single-digit run in the top of the third, error committed by Sal Bando. The Paisanos are not doing too well for the A's, and it saddens me to say that. So here comes Ken Brett. Ken Brett is so much fun to play in Action PC Baseball for the 1970 Red Sox. I have 1, 2. I mean, I don't mind pitchers hitting if they can hit. I have 4 pitchers I can pinch hit with the Red Sox. It's absolutely awesome. So Brett now with a 5-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the third. My God, if the White Sox can take this game, they go up against the number 4 starter. It'll be Gossage versus, I forgot who, but it's the number 4 starter. Again, this game's far from over. For the A's, it's the bottom third of their order. Gardner, Fairley, Washington. Brett to Phil Gardner. We're looking at a 5-6 right-handed batter. 5-6. That's going to be a base hit. Possible double 1 through 12. It is a double to left center. So Phil Gardner, they call him Scrap Iron. He stands at second, clapping his hands, trying to rev up the A's to take game 1 of the West Region Final Bicentennial Tournament. All series are best 2 out of 3. Or best out of 3, excuse me. Here's Ron Fairley. So Phil Gardner's at second. The pitch to Fairley. Brett looking to strike out Fairley in this lefty-lefty matchup. Shoot, I should have started somebody else. I should have started somebody else. 1-8. That is a double 1-8 ground ball second. We're going to advance the runner to third, even though the rules say no. I think they fixed it in super advanced. Fairley's out 4-3. Making the play is Brohammer. Gardner to third. I don't know why I started him. I must have by accident looked over here. He is their best defensive first baseman, though. Here's Claudell Washington. Can he knock in the first run? They'll give up the run for the out. Pitch homered bound to Washington. Gardner at third, 1 out, 1-7. Brett to Washington. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-7. Ground ball to second. That's a hard hit ball to second. If no runners are forced, runners hold. That we will. So the runner holds at third on a sinking line drive. Brohammer smothers it. Gardner unsure if it was caught. Brohammer throws to first. The umpire puts his arm up, so the ball was not caught. Washington is out. And he got the one column, too. There's a lot of... One. It's still a ground ball A. Yeah. The one column is the best column for him and all that good stuff, and he got the 7. So that's a 4-3. Gardner still at third. 2 outs for the top of the order. Billy North. Razor says to all, who's the best hitting pitcher that you have ever seen? Rick Rhoden. You know why? Because I remember when he DH'd for the Yankees. The Yankees had so many injuries, they DH'd Rick Rhoden. I'm pretty sure it was Rick Rhoden. Not counting Shohei Ohtani. Come on. But you're right. He's the best hitting pitcher when he pitches. But Rick Rhoden. He looked it up. He DH'd for the Yankees. They had so many injuries, he DH'd. And that's in the American League, my friends. The pitch to Billy North. A's trying to get on the scoreboard here. It's a 4-8 to Billy North. Right-handed batter. 4-8. Lazy fly ball to left. It's going to carry a bit, but not far enough. Bannister makes the catch. Gardner is stranded at third. Billy North 0 for 2. So on the ground ball A to the right side, I advanced him to third. But on the ground ball A, and I play it both ways. I play it this way for both teams. Ground ball A with the runner at third. The thing says he doesn't advance. So I always envision it as like a sinking line drive that they're not sure if it's going to be caught. You know, it's lined at the second baseman, third baseman, whoever. Well, to second, so it'd be second. We're through 3 here at the Coliseum in Oakland. 5-0 White Sox. All the runs are unearned due to 2 errors by the A's, Tennis and Bando. Good news if you're an Oakland A's fan, they finally got a hit. Paul Mitchell to the mound. He'll try to get through 6. Again, those runs, because they were unearned, I'm not counting them towards point of weakness when it comes to runs. Oh, that's another good one, Ruth. You don't even think of Ruth as a pitcher, but he was a pretty good pitcher for the Red Sox. And I think he pitched a couple of games with the Yankees, but then obviously went on just to play the outfield all the time. Played some left field early on with the Yankees and Red Sox. For the White Sox in the top of the 4th with a 5-0 lead, Orta Spencer Downing to face Paul Mitchell, who has the bad luck bugaboo. Mitchell to George Orta, 1 for 2, a single, run scored and a strikeout. We're looking at a 1-9 to Orta. Right-handed pitcher, 1-9. Chopper to second. Gardner to Fairley. Orta is retired 4-3. 1 out. Here's Jim Spencer. Spencer is 0 for 2. He did reach on the error by Tennis in his first at-bat. That was the first inning, and that error led to the rise of 4 White Sox runs. Mitchell rocks and deals to Jimmy Spencer, 6'9", 6'9". Left-handed batter, 6'9". Spencer gets a hold of this one. 1 through 17 is a double. It is a double to right center. So Spencer's now 1 for 3, 1 out. Spencer at second for Brian Downing. Downing has a ribby on a fielder's choice. He's also grounded to first. Mitchell pays no attention to Spencer. Lead in his feet, actually, when it comes to running. At second. Downing awaits the offering. The pitch by Mitchell to Brian Downing. We're looking at a 3-5 righty-righty matchup. 3-5. That is a walk. First and second, 1 out. Here come the White Sox once again. Jack Brohammer to the plate. This could be Mitchell's last batter. Mitchell to Brohammer. 1 out, 2 on. Can the A's get a double play ball here? 2-9. Right-handed pitcher. 2-9. No, they won't. It's going to knock in another run. It is a single, 2 stars. So Jack Brohammer picks up his first hit and ribby. Scoring from second is the slow-footed Spencer. Getting an excellent read on that base hit is Brian Downing. He goes first and third. That is the first earned run given up by Paul Mitchell, and that's it for Mr. Mitchell. The A's are now down 6-0, first and third, 1 out. Oakland goes to the bullpen, a bullpen that really hasn't been used. So Mitchell is done. He should go soak in some Palmolive. And who are they going to bring in? A lot of pressure if the A's can't come back and win on their number 4 starter. And we'll take a quick look to see who that is. And I might go with someone with a better ERA than more starts in that situation. Blue and Torres each had wins in the Angels series. So we have Larry Haney. No, that's not it. Who the hell is it? Right here? Stan Bonson, 8-7, 3.34 ERA. Not bad. Lots of homers he gave up, though. 13. Ouch. So Mitchell's done. He did have 26 starts. The A's wish they didn't start him. Well, you know, he only gave up 1 earned run. We're not going to go to Raleigh Fingers. That is a waste, because if he pitches too many innings, he won't be eligible the way I'm playing this tournament to pitch in game 2. Well, I think you got to go to Paul Lindblad. He's a lefty. Six and 5 saves, 3.06 ERA. Struck out 37, walked 24. 115 innings pitched. He gave up 111 hits in 115 innings. Not what you say a close the door reliever for the A's. He's good for 3 innings. So they're going to have to go to somebody else most likely also. We're going to go Paul Lindblad here. So Mitchell's day is done. He is the pitcher on the losing side at the moment. Mitchell pitched 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 6 runs, 5 of them unearned. He's responsible for the runners on the corners. There's only 1 out. And Paul Lindblad is coming in. Lindblad. Fourth. One out. Jason Marks, how you doing? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. Lindblad has a word with tennis. They're hoping for a double play ball to end this mess. 6-0 Cinderella White Sox. Kevin Ding Dong Bell at the plate. He's 1 for 1. He's single knocked into. Actually, he's 1 for 2, excuse me. He reached on the Bando error and scored the single run in the third. Here's the pitch from the left-hand hurling Lindblad to the right-hand swinging Kevin Bell. 4-5 to Kevin Bell. First and third, one out. Right-handed batter. 4-5. They're not going to turn two. The run will score. Ground ball B. 7-0 White Sox. Bell drives in his third. That is a fielder's choice 5-4. Downing scores from third. There are 2 outs. Brohammer's forced out at second. Bell at first. D Steeler, they'll play behind him. The pitch to Chet Lemon, 1 for 1. He singled in a run, was hit by a pitch. It's a 3-6 to Chet Lemon. Lefty-righty matchup. Left-handed pitcher. So we're looking at a 3-6 ground ball to third. Bando's up with it across the diamond to Fairley. The side is retired. But the White Sox score 2, and those were earned runs charged to Mitchell. So the book on Mitchell is closed. Mitchell gives up 7 runs, only 2 of them earned. Struck out 2. Gave up no homers. Walked 1. Walked 2, it looks like, and hit by pitch. Well, again, those stats I don't really care about. I do care about innings, though, just to see, and mostly innings for the relievers. The way I play it, if Lindblad pitches 3 innings, he's unavailable in game 2 because he pitched his max. Unless there are 3 clean innings, I judge it the way I see it. If there are 3 clean innings, then he comes in at point of weakness if he pitches a consecutive game. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 7-0 Cinderella White Sox over the number 2 seed Oakland A's. This is the West Region Championship of the 1976 Bicentennial Tournament. The winner will, in the future, meet the Cleveland Indians, the East Region winners of the Bicentennial Tournament. Like to say hello to Alternate History 100. Hope all is well. So Ken Brett now with a 7-0 lead. White Sox would like to stay out of their bullpen. For the A's, Brett will face Campaneris, Rudy, and Bando. The pitch to Bert Campaneris, 0 for 1. He grounded to short. We're looking at a 4-7 right-handed batter. 4-7, Campaneris works a walk. He's not going anywhere, but they will hold him on. So Spencer's range rating goes from a 1 to a 2. Since he's being held on, Campaneris is a 1 through 16 base runner. The pitch to Joe Rudy 0 for 1. 2-5. Can the A's mount some sort of comeback? They've got to start chipping away at some point. 2-5. Left-handed pitcher. 2-5. That's a double for Joe Rudy to right. A double for Joe Rudy. Campaneris being held on. That's why that ball shot past Spencer, most likely. So he's 1 through 16. That ball's hit to right. 1 through 17. They're going to wave Campy. Here's the relay throw. And we're just going to say he is safe. We're not going to call that a leaner. The A's are finally on the board. Campaneris scores all the way from first on the Joe Rudy double. It's now 7-1 White Sox. They begin to chip away. So runner at second, no outs for Sal Bando. Boy, would he like to go boom. Bando's error cost the A's a run in the third. The only 2 earned runs came in the top of the fourth. The other 5 runs were unearned. Brett to Bando, runner at second, no outs. We're looking at a 6-6. Get your kicks on Route 66. Right-handed batter, 6-6. Chance for a single, 1 through 11. Better than 50% chance. It is a single. Stopping at third is Rudy. The A's bats have come alive as Mark Jones is cheering them on. First and third, still no outs. Downing goes out to have a word with the left-hand hurling Ken Brett. Gene Tennis, boy, it was his error that cost the A's 4 runs in the first. First and third, no outs. The pitch to Geno Tennis from Ken Brett. We're looking at a 4-7. Is it a lucky 7? 4-7. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Rudy at third, advancing to second on the free passes. Bando to first goes Tennis, bases loaded, no outs for Don Baylor. Don Drysdale hit insanely in 1965. He hit over 300, I believe, with power. I would say he's a very good hitting pitcher, but I didn't see him hit. I saw Rick Rhoden hit. And again, the Yankees DH'd him. Because they had so many injuries. And Rick Rhoden got a hit that game. Here's the pitch to Don Baylor. No place to put Donnie Boy. Brett to Baylor. 7-1 White Sox, but the A's look to chip away here in the bottom of the fourth. We're looking at a 3-9. Baylor, 3-9. Fly ball, right field B. This should score the run. There's a question mark. So that's a 9. Rudy is at third. He's a 1 through 12 base runner, the way I play it, the way I understood it, and the way I've always played it. +2 to the run. So Rudy is a 1 through 14. The ball is hit to right. Gar's a +1. So that's 1 through 15. Rudy is only out on a 20. If it's 16 to 19, he holds. Let's see if he scores. It's 19. He holds. Oh, my God. Wow. So that's the first out of the inning. Baylor does not fly out deep enough. Guard coming in gets a good accurate throw to the plate. Rudy bluffed but did not go. So we have bases still loaded. Tennis at first, Bando at second, Rudy at third. Now there's one out for Phil Gardner. Gardner doubled to start off the top of the third. Got to third but would go no further. 7-1 White Sox. Double play gets them out of this mess. They're playing for 2. Brett to Gardner, 3-6. pick up, yes, you know it, some sticks. Left-handed pitcher. 3-6. Gardner does it again. He doubles to left. That's going to knock in 2. Rudy from third. Bando from second. Tennis will stop at third as he's a 1 through 11 runner, and we're not going to advance him. So Phil Gardner has 2 doubles today and has picked up 2 ribbies with his second double. It's now 7-3. Still only 1 out, second and third. Oh boy, here come the Oakland A's. Ron Fairley will not hit because you can see, I don't know why I started him. Let's see what we have here. Washington on deck. I think I started him because he's their best defensive first baseman. I thought they had enough offense in the lineup that I went with their best defensive first baseman. I should have batted him 9th, though. All right, we need a first baseman here. Ken McMullen. He's a righty. Oh, yeah, he is much more dangerous. He should have started. But he's a horrific, well, not that bad, 4-range E10. Yeah, Billy Williams, though, but he's a lefty, isn't he? We could pinch hit Billy Williams. He's not bad at lefty-lefty here. Needs that 3 column. So we're going to go Ken McMullen. And he'll stay into play first. So Ken McMullen will pinch hit early in this game. No, you're right, alternate history 100. But I should have batted him 9th. Because Washington can hit lefties in the lefty-lefty matchup. I didn't think of it. I just stuck with the same lineup that was successful against the Angels. And I looked, I said, okay, it's a lefty. But now I remember because he's a 3E5. McMullen was a 4E10. The range is bad. The E10's not so bad. I should have started probably McMullen, which he's going in now, and he'll stay into play first. So it's going to be the righty. And McMullen is as slow as Fairley. Both former Dodgers, I believe. So McMullen, he's an EDD. So he's basically swings the stick. And he's coming in the 4th. Fairley's out of the game. As World's Worst Gamer says, yes, both Dodgers. So Fairley's day is done. We should have played it the other way, had McMullen in, and then if they had the lead, put Fairley in for defensive purposes. And McMullen, actually, we got to write him over here. McMullen is a 4E10. All right, so Ken Brett will face Ken McMullen, a battle of the Kens. Bases are second and third, 1 out. 7-3. A's have chipped away with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th after the White Sox got their first earned runs, 2 in the top of the 4th. Brett looking to strike out Ken McMullen. The pitch from Brett to McMullen. Off the McMullen card, we're looking at a 3-5. 3-5 single to right. Ken McMullen comes through. Here come the Oakland A's. Unbelievable. Tennis scores from third. It's now 7-4. Brett's going to hit point of weakness with 1 more run. Gardner's a 1 through 14. Ball was hit to right. Gar is a +1. 1 through 15, they're going to wave Gardner. He's safe. 2 runs score on the pinch hit single by Ken McMullen. Holy cow, it's now 7-5. Ken Brett has hit point of weakness. And that Ken Brett is in all kinds of trouble here. In the 4th, it's 7-5. McMullen stands at first, clapping his hands. He's just knocked 2 in. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2. And he knocked in 2, right? So that's 1. Yeah, 7-5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 9 messes me up. I thought that's a fly out. Oh, wow. Well, we're going to go Ken Brett to face Claudell Washington. The slow McMullen is at first, will not be held on. Washington 0 for 1. Brett, point of weakness. So if he hits one of those strikes with a dot on it, that's a single. And that could be the end of Ken Brett. 3-10. 3-10 to Claudell Washington. Ground ball B. They're going to get the force at second, but the speedy Washington beats the relay throw. So McMullen is out. Reaching on the fielder's choice. 1-6 is Washington. There's now 2 outs. It's 7-5. Unbelievable. The A's have really chipped away here in the bottom of the 4th. Billy North steps in. They're going to keep Brett in because he is a -5, and you don't want Claudell Washington stealing second. 2 outs. The pitch to Billy North, batting righty. Billy North's 0 for 2. Brett's trying to make him 0 for 3, though. He is laboring quite a bit here. Probably his last inning. 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. 5-3. Single to center. Single to center. Lemon. 0 arm. Washington 1 through 17 with 2 outs. And with 2 outs, he's a +2 runner. Though they would have been holding him on most likely. So he's a +1 runner. 1 through 18. He is safe. And that's it for Ken Brett. Can't get Billy North for a 3rd time. The A's have knocked out Ken Brett. They've plated 5 here in the bottom of the 4th. It's 7-5. 2 outs, runners on the corners for Bert Campaneris. He got things started with a walk here in the bottom of the 4th. Ken Brett, his day is done. He does not go long enough to get a win, and the win is in jeopardy now. So Ken Brett goes 3 2/3. He has given up 5 runs. He's responsible for the runners on the corners. Ouch. So who's coming in for the White Sox? You don't want to get into that pen. It's not good. It's okay. It's not good. Morris Johnson, how you doing? As he says, the lights are on at Alfonso Stadium. Don't ever sell the naming rights to Alfonso Stadium or I'll stop watching. Well, I think we're going to go with Clay Carroll. He can go 4 innings of relief. So it's going to be the right-hand hurling Clay Carroll, the former Cincinnati Red. I believe, right? Cincinnati was on the 75 team, right? Clay Carroll. Wow. What a crazy game we have here. Maybe the clock is going to strike 12 on the Cinderella White Sox. So Carroll can go 4 innings. Fourth inning will be his point of weakness check. And we'll just go, he's a +2 on the hold. That sucks. As World's Worst Gamer says, yes, he was on the 75 Reds awesome bullpen. All right, so Ken Brett cannot do the JOB. And Clay Carroll's really going to have to bear down here at 7-5. The White Sox had a 7-0 lead thanks to 5 unearned runs. And Clay Carroll's in the game now. He will face Bert Campaneris, who started off the top of the 4th. Second time Campy's batting in this inning. Billy North at first. Washington at third. Billy North is a AA stealer. We're looking at a +2 and a +1. That's a +3. That's 1 through 20. So we always call it 1 through 19. I don't do the extra hold. He's safe. And it works both ways. It works the same way for both teams. So he steals second. Tying runs in scoring position. 2 outs. Can Campy knock one past the infield to score 2? That is a lot of speed on those base paths. Obviously, Washington will score easily from third, but Billy North with 2 outs is a 1 through 19 base runner at second. Carroll to Campy. 112 to Bert Campaneris righty-righty matchup. 112 single 1 through 4. It's a line out at short. It is a line out. What a play by Bucky Dent. A leaping catch on the line drive off the bat of Bert Campaneris, saving the day. That would have scored 2. The side is mercifully retired if you're a White Sox fan, but the A's plate 5, and that closes the book on Ken Brett. So the starters do not fare thee well for either team, though Paul Mitchell did give up 5 unearned runs out of the 7. So Brett's numbers are done, and we're just going to go 5 runs, 5 earned in 3 2/3. Whew. So Clay Carroll, let's make sure we have 3 outs. Fly out. Fielder's choice line out. Yes, we do. We go to the top of the 5th. We have a slow pitch softball game going here at the Oakland Coliseum. It's a bullpen game now, folks. Paul Lindblad back up on the bump. Lindblad, this will be his first full inning of relief. As Jason Mark says, both starting pitchers hit the shower early. And before we start the top of the 5th, I'm going to take a sip of water. All righty, here we go. For the White Sox, Bannister, Gar, and Dent. Bannister 1 for 2. He singled in a run. Lindblad to the right-hand batting Alan Bannister. We're looking at a 2-5 to Bannister. Left-handed pitcher. 2-5 single possibility 1 through 6. It is not line shot scorched at Campaneris. He lunges for it, makes the catch. Bannister is out. One down in the top of the 5th. What once was a laugher for the Cinderella. Number 9. White Sox is a close game, 7-5. Who was I paying homage there to? A little strange kind of trivia, music trivia, I'll say. Top of the order, Ralph Garr is 2 for 4. 2 singles, a stolen base. Actually, he's 2 for 3, excuse me. John Lennon, you are correct. The Beatles. Good job, Razor. The pitch to Ralph Garr, 2-5 to Ralph Garr. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-5. Ralph Garr, possible double, 1 through 7. It is a double. Garr bounces one off the right field wall, picks up his 3rd hit. Here come the White Sox. Boy, they want to get some of those runs back. Garr is at second. Excellent base runner. 1 out. 7-5. White Sox. Here's Bucky Dent. Dent has a hit in the game. Lindblad to Dent. 2-6. 2-6 to Bucky Dent. Left-handed pitcher. 2-6. Ground ball to third. No advancement. Looking the runner back is Bando. He'll calmly throw to McMullen, who's now at first. Holding at second with 2 outs is Garr. So that's 5-3. Bucky Dent cannot get the job done. They're going to need some 2-out magic from George Orta. Left-hand batting DH, 1 for 3. He singled, scored a run, struck out, and grounded out. Garr will be off on contact. He's a +2 runner. That's 1 through 19. He stands at second. A ball hit to the outfield. He's scoring 99.9%. Lindblad deals to Order. Lefty-lefty matchup. We're looking at a 4-5. A 4-5, I tell you. 4-5. He jams Order. It's a pop-up right side. Calling for it is scrap iron Phil Gardner. He makes the catch. The speedy Ralph Garr is stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the 5th in a very close game now. The Cinderella Chicago White Sox 7. The heavily favored Oakland A's 5. Due up for the A's. Rudy, Bando, Tennis. If anyone gets on, Donnie Baylor. Alternate History 100 says, I think Beatles Eternally would have answered that one correctly. I agree with you. So here's Clay Carroll. Wants to keep those base runners off, those batters off the bases, the speedy ones, because he's a +2 hold with a +1 catcher's arm for downing. Again, we don't do the extra hold. It's just the way I like to play it. I might incorporate, I'm going to look at the advanced rule to get the jump. We still won't do the extra hold, but not for this tournament. I want to play a little bit offline. I don't think it's too, none of this stuff is complicated, the super advanced. I just don't play it. But again, I play it the same way for both teams. So if you have speed, we're going to use it. Here's Joe Rudy, 1 for 2. He's doubled in a run and scored. Carroll to Rudy. 4-3. We shall see what it shall be. Righty-righty matchup off the Clay Carroll card. 4-3. Fly ball to right field. Range error check on Garr. He is a 3-E-8. 12. Right field, 12. We're going to the E8. Error check, 6. I think he makes the play. 6, E8. No, he doesn't. The ball ticks off his glove, rolls to his left and behind him. 3 through 6, 11 and 12 on an E8 is a 2-base error. Ouch. Rudy stands on second on the E8 2B. The A's are in business. The White Sox are falling apart. The clock seems to be right about to strike 12 on the Cinderella White Sox. Imagine if they blow a 7-0 gift lead. It is almost upon them. Sal Bando 1 for 2. He struck out, singled, and scored. Carroll to Bando. 5-12 to Sal Bando, righty-righty matchup. So we have a 5, we have a 12. Ground ball, second base. That should advance. That will advance the runner to third. The way I play that. So ground ball to second. Brohammer's a 3, E15. That's a 19. Hard hit ball. Brohammer knocks it down, stays with it, throws to first, retiring Bando. Rudy advances to third. Bando's out 4-3. Tying run comes to the plate, and Gene Tennis 0 for 1 with a walk. He scored a run. Alternate History asks, is this the biggest comeback? No, I think we've had others. We've had some crazy games on this channel, Alternate History. I mean crazy. No, just recently. I got to get back to it, but I want to finish the West region up first. Then we'll play a few more. The APA, What If 1981 National League Championship Series between Cincinnati and St. Louis. Game 2 was a wild one. That was a crazy comeback, tie, and then lose. And I've had a few of them. Jason Marks says the White Sox are collapsing. Runner at third, 1 out. Carroll to Tennis. Tennis can make amends for that error that cost the A's 4 runs in the first. We're looking at a 6-7. Is it a lucky 7? Righty-righty matchup. 6-7, ball 4. So Tennis gets his second walk, and where the pen thingy went. There we go. First and third, 1 out. They'll play for 2. Don Baylor comes to the plate. 7-5 White Sox. What once was a laugher and a 7-0 lead for the Cinderella Chicago White Sox is now a nail-biter. Bob Zolke pacing back and forth in the White Sox dugout. The pitch to Mr. Don Baylor. Baylor is 0 for 2. Carroll trying to make him 0 for 3. And boy, would he love a double play ball here. We're looking at a righty-righty matchup, 3-12. 3-12, Baylor singles to left. It's now a 7-6 ball game. Trotting in from third is Rudy. That is an unearned run, as he should not have been there. Tennis will stop at second. Tying run in scoring position, Tennis at second. Go-ahead run, Baylor at first. Baylor, excellent speed. It's now 7-6, still only 1 out. Clay Carroll will now have to face the double-hitting machine, the man they call Scrap Iron, Phil Gardner. He's 2 for 2, 2 doubles, a run scored, and 2 ribbies. Can he give the A's the lead? Carroll has a word with Downing. Downing back behind the plate. Carroll shakes off Downing not once, not twice, but 3 times. He wants Downing to go inside. Carroll looking to jam Phil Gardner. The pitch, a 110 off the Gardner card. Right-handed pitcher, 110, line shot right at the third baseman. Bell snares it. So Clay Carroll was correct in constantly shaking off Downing. He wanted the fastball inside. Downing finally capitulated, leads to the line out. 2 outs, runners will be off on contact. Tennis will be a +2 runner at second, so 1 through 13. Baylor 1 through 19 at first. Ken McMullen, who drove 2 in with a clutch single. He replaced Fairley at first. But now it's a righty-righty matchup. 7-6 ball game. The A's have scored 6 runs, 4 in the 4th, and now 1 in the 5th. McMullen trying to tie it or give the A's the lead. Righty-righty matchup. He's looking for that 2 column. Carroll deals to Ken McMullen, former Dodger. I'm sure these gentlemen have faced off in the National League, or I suppose they did. 5-6. Right-handed batter That's a fly ball to left. It's going to carry. It's carrying back to the warning track. Bannister in front of the wall makes the catch. The side is retired. McMullen cannot do it again. Though the A's do score one, they have pulled to within one. We go to the top of the sixth. The Chicago White Sox and Cinderella clinging, trying to hold back the hands of time literally so it does not strike 12 on them. White Sox 7, the A's 6. So Carroll came in the fourth. I should write that down. Okay. Top of 6. For the White Sox trying to add to a very precarious one-run lead, Spencer Downing Brohammer to face Paul Lindblad. Lindblad came in with one out in the fourth. This is his third full inning of relief because you had the one out here. No, he came in here. Got the 2 outs there. Second full inning of relief, but pretty much his third inning. We're going to give him this inning. Next inning will be point of weakness. That's the way we'll call it. Point of weakness check. So Lindblad will face Spencer the lefty, Downing the righty, Brohammer the lefty. Sports Time Machine, how you doing? Hope all is well. Our good friend, Mr. Utah Mike. If you're just joining us, it's a wild one, 7-6 White Sox. Lindblad to Spencer. Is it Spencer for hire? That's a 6-6. Get your kicks on Route 66. Lefty-lefty matchup. 6 and a 6 is a strikeout looking. Got him on the breaking pitch. 1 down. Brian Downing steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Scored 2 runs. Lindblad looks in at tennis. He kicks and deals to Brian Downing, right-hand batting catcher of the White Sox. 2-7. 2-7. Hard hit ball to short. Backhanded by Campaneris. He pivots his body. Throws to McMullen at first. 2 away. Again, that was a 2-7. Ground ball short. 2 outs. Base is empty for Jack Brohammer, second baseman for the White Sox. Brohammer is 1 for 2. He singled in a run. Popped out to second. Walked and scored. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch of Jack Brohammer trying to keep things alive for the White Sox in the top of the 6th as they lead 7-6. We're looking at a 6-6 Route 66. Get your kicks. So it's a 6-6 lefty-lefty, and that is a strikeout looking on the breaking pitch. Lindblad pumps his fist. We go to the bottom of the 6th. A's trail by 1. Chicago White Sox 7. The Oakland A's 6. Clay Carroll to the mound. Second full inning for Clay Carroll. Gave up an unearned run in the 5th. A's only trailed by 1. They were down 7-0. For Oakland, it will be Washington, then the top of the order, Billy North, Bert Campaneris. Carroll to the left-hand batting Claudel Washington, who's 0 for 2. 3-11. Right-handed pitcher, 3-11. Possible single 1 through 14, or a line drive out to second. It's a single past the dive of Brohammer into right field. The speedy Claudel Washington's on, and you know he's going. So we're looking at a +3 overall. He's an A Steeler. That's 1 through 18. He's going, and he's just in there. Holy cow. Tying run at second, Claudel Washington. Billy North, an A bunter. He's going to drop it down. They're playing for the bunt. Becomes a B bunter. That's a good bunt at a 4. North is thrown out by the pitcher. Washington advances to third. So that's a sack. 1-3, we'll call it. 1 out, tying run at third. Bert Campaneris at the plate. Campy's 0 for 2. He's walked and scored a run. Was also robbed of a hit by the leaping Bucky Dent in his last at-bat. Do we want to play the infield in? They will play the infield in. Carroll to Campaneris. Campy looking for the tie. Washington at third. 7-6. White Sox. A's threatening to tie. 6-5 to Bert Campaneris. Righty-righty matchup. 6-5. This game is tied. And it's a double. Campaneris doubles to center. We're knotted at 7. Unbelievable. The A's have come all the way back from the depths of Hades. Joe Rudy steps to the plate. Bando on deck. 7-7 ball game. Mark Jones, this could be one of the greatest comebacks in Al Red Sox fan playoff history. Jason Marks, 7-7. What a game. Here's the pitch to Rudy. We're looking at a 1-7. Will they do it for Mark Jones? Righty-righty matchup. 1-7. Swing and a miss. 2 down. The speedy Campaneris, double-A Steeler with a +3 going to third. That's 1 through 14. We can't chance it. They won't chance it. Bando, 1 for 3. Struck out, singled, scored, grounded to second. 7-7 game. A base hit will most likely score Campaneris. He's 1 through 19 due to 2 outs. Carroll to Bando for the lead. Can Sal Bando, the captain of the Oakland A's, do it here? We're looking at a 5-3. What will it be? We shall see. Righty-righty matchup. 5-3 ground ball to Clay Carroll. Carroll is a 3-0. If it goes to an error check, he makes the play. Range is a 3. It's a 15. Flip the stick. Flip the board. It goes to the error check. He makes the play. He's an E0. I mean, we'll roll for ha-has. It's a double play ball if it would be a double play ball. Actually, yeah, it would be a 2 through 12 ground ball A. Clay Carroll snares the hard one hopper, throws to first, 1-3. But this baseball game is tied. Let's make sure we have 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. We do. We go to the top of the 7th. Sevens are wild in the top of the 7th. We're knotted at 7-7. Holy cow, what a baseball game. Alternate History 100 says, up in the stands, I see the Bear brothers, Max and Buddy. Max being the former heavyweight champion, Buddy being a top heavyweight contender who twice fought Joe Louis. So with a 7-7 ball game, we're going to try to get Lindblad through the 7th and turn it over to Raleigh Fingers. Lindblad came in 3 1/3. So 2/3 here. So he's pitched 2 2/3. We're going to give him this inning. We're going to give him this. Oh, so after the first out, point of weakness check starts. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Point of weakness check. We're going to start now. Okay. We've made the official decision. He'll face Bell, Lemon, Bannister in a 7-7 game. Kevin Bell has knocked in 2 with a single, reached on an error by Bando, and grounded into a fielder's choice, which produced his third ribby. The pitch to Kevin Bell from Paul Lindblad, lefty-righty matchup. We're looking at a 5-9. 5-9. Ground ball to short. Campaneris is a 2E26. Ouch. That's a 5. He should make the play on the 2. Campaneris charging, quick release, and they just nip Kevin Bell at first. Nice stretch by McMullen. Bell is out 6-3. 1 down. Here comes Chet Lemon. Lemon is 1 for 2. He's singled in a run, hit by pitch, and grounded to Bando at third. Lindblad nods his head. Tennis sets the target. The pitch to Chet Lemon, hoping to jet around the bases on the 2-6. Lefty-righty matchup, so we have a 2-6 left-handed pitcher. 2-6, he jammed and popped up left side. Lindblad went high and tight, waiting for the ball to come down. To make the catch is Bert Campaneris. 2 down. Number 9 batter, Alan Bannister. Bannister is 1 for 3, singled in a run. Do we go to Lamar Johnson? He's a horrific outfielder. Not that Bannister's better, as he's a 3, only a +1 arm. I think Lamar Johnson's a +3 or 4 arm, and he's a 4, and he's definitely not an E6. So we're going to stick with Bannister in a 7-7 game at the moment. The pitch to Alan Bannister as Paul Lindblad rocks and deals. We're looking at a 4-6. Right-handed batter. 4-6, ground ball to short. Campy's been busy. He throws to first. The side is retired. Campy ground out. Campy pop out. Campy ground out. We go to the bottom of the 7th here at the Oakland Coliseum, knotted at 7. That's going to be it for Mr. Paul Lindblad. So Lindblad went 3 2/3. Gave up 0 runs. Good job for Paul Lindblad. He has done his job. Raleigh Fingers will be coming in the game. Let's just get the Fingers card out. 7-7. What a crazy game here on a Monday night. Clay Carroll going back to the mound for the White Sox in the bottom of the 7th. So let's just write Raleigh Fingers in. We're going to go green pen here. Fingers can go 3 innings. So Lindblad is pretty much probably if he pitches in game 2, he's immediately point of weakness check. I think that's what we'll go with. I'll make the decision after the game when I look at everything. Fingers 8th. Okay. Clay Carroll. Point of weakness check coming up for Clay Carroll. They needed a big effort from Ken Brett. They just didn't get it. Bow chicka wow wow. That's for you, Ernie El Dorado. And you can read what Ernie said. It's kind of funny. I shall not say it because I don't want to be sanctioned by YouTube. Bow chicka wow wow. Lots of adult mustaches on these teams, especially the A's. See, if it was a chat with Al, I would talk like that. I would say it, but it's a baseball game. And though I do get a little crazy in baseball games, I try to keep it in case a youth watches. All right, 7-7 game. It's tennis, Baylor, and Gardner to face Clay Carroll. Point of weakness check for Clay Carroll. No, 4 innings of relief. Okay, 4 innings. So he came in with 2 outs in the 4th. That's 1, 2, 3. No, yeah, this is no. 1, 2, 3. No point of weakness check yet for Clay Carroll. Here's the pitch to Gene Tennis from Clay Carroll. Oh boy, 4-2. How do you do? Righty-righty matchup, 4-2. That's going to be a fly ball to center. It's going to carry a bit, but making the catch is Chet Lemon. Righty-righty, 4-2, fly out, center field B. Tennis is retired. 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored. Oh, no. That's supposed to be blue. Here's Don Baylor. Baylor, 1 for 3. Last at bat, he's singled in a run. Prior to that, he's flown out, grounded out. Carroll looks in at Downing. He kicks and deals to Don Baylor. 2-6. 2-6 to Donnie Baylor. Righty-righty matchup. Swing and a miss. He chased high and away. 2 down. 7-7 ball game. Bottom of the 7th. Phil Gardner, scrap iron. 2 for 3. 2 doubles. A run scored. 2 runs knocked in. He was robbed of a 3rd hit and a fabulous catch by the 3rd baseman Kevin Bell and a line shot. Carroll takes a deep breath. Looks in. He's ready. The pitch to Phil Gardner. 4-7. Righty-righty matchup. 4-7. Strike 3. Inside corner looking. Fastball. So Clay Carroll strikes out 2. We go to the top of the 8th. Knotted at 7. Raleigh Fingers to the mound for the Oakland A's. Top of the order for the White Sox in this 7-7 game, Gar, Dent, Orta. If you're just joining us, Chicago had a 7-0 lead thanks to 5 unearned runs. Errors by Tennis cost 4 runs in the 1st. Bando cost a run in the 3rd. The only 2 earned runs were scored in the top of the 4th, made it a 7-0 game. The A's came back with 5 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. We now stand 7-7, top of the 8th. Raleigh Fingers to the mound. This is the West Region Championship 1976 Bicentennial Tournament. All tournament series are best out of 3. So Raleigh Fingers was 13-11 with a 2.47 ERA and 20 saves. Ralph Gar, 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double. He's stolen a base and struck out once. The pitch homeward bound from Fingers to Gar. Who will get the finger on this one? 5-5. Left-handed batter. 5-5. Swing and a miss on a nasty moving pitch there. Could have been a fastball. I don't know what it was, but Guard could not make contact. 1 down here in the top of the 8th. We now go to Bucky Dent. Dent has 1 hit. Scored a run in the 1st as he was on after his failed bunt attempt. Since then, he's flown out. after the single and grounded out. Fingers nods his head. Tennis sets the target. The pitch to Bucky Dent. We're looking at a 6-4 to Bucky Dent. Righty-righty matchup. So we have a 6. We have a 4. That's a fly ball to center field. Going back now, coming in is Billy North for out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty for George Orta. Orta's got a bit of pop. Singled in the first, scored. Since then, he struck out, ground out, pop out. He'd like to pop one out of the Coliseum to give the White Sox the lead once again. 7-7 ball game. Cinderella squanders a 7-0 lead. They're holding back the hands of time, so the clock shall not strike 12, not 12. 12. Speak of the English. The pitch to George Orta. 4-7 to Mr. Orta. Will it be Orita? 4-7. Left-handed batter. 4-7. Strike 3. Looking, breaking pitch. Hits the outside corner. Tennis does a good job of framing it. I think it was a strike anyway. Orta's barking at the umpire. Fingers strikes out 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-7. As we should have been using the green pen. So we'll just dot it. Not, and just in case, I really just track this for innings. Clay Carroll, do we go back? Point of weakness check again for Carroll. He's going to pitch the 8th. Their bullpen is not bueno, so they're going to stick with Carroll. He will not pitch past the 9th, though, if I choose to pitch him in the 9th. And he definitely will not be available in Game 2. All righty. I mean, they might go to Goose Gossage in extras, and then they have to go to their number 4 starter. Or yes, it would be their number 4 starter, because Gossage can pitch out of the pen. They're going to stick with Clay Carroll for the moment. Bottom of the 8th, 7-7. Carroll had a very good bottom of the 7th. He struck out 2. He will face McMullen, Washington, top of the order, Billy North. The pitch to Ken McMullen, who knocked in 2 with a single when he pinched it for Fairley. Then he flew out to left. That is a 3-12 to McMullen. From Clay Carroll, righty-righty matchup. 3-12, line shot right at Kevin Ding Dong Bell, the third baseman for the White Sox. 1 down. Hit it on the screws, but right at Bell. 1 out for the very dangerous speedster at the plate, Claudell Washington. He gets on, he's going to steal, as he did in his last at-bat, and that produced the tying run in the 6th. Carroll kicks and deals to Claudell Washington. 3-7. Right-handed pitcher. 3-7. Fly ball to center. Lemon will make the catch. 2 down. So Clay Carroll looking pretty good. Top of the order, Billy North. You want to keep him off the base paths. He's a double-A stealer. Goose Gossage is in that pen. They'll have to make a decision to use Gossage here, and then he doesn't pitch Game 2 as a starter. Billy North trying to find a gap and run those bases. Carroll to Billy North. 7-7 ball game. Bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, no one on. 6-7. 6-7 to Billy North. Switch hitter batting lefty. So we're looking at a 6. We're looking at a 7. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. Carroll pumps his fist. We go to the top of the 9th. Clay Carroll keeping the White Sox dreams of going on in this Bicentennial tournament alive. Top of 9, knotted at 7. Carroll will pitch the 9th. Well, there's discussion going on. There is a discussion going on in the dugout. Will it be Goose Gossage for the 9th? And they're on. So here's Raleigh Fingers trying to keep it even at 7. Fingers, second inning of relief here, will face in the top of the 9th Spencer, Downing, and Brohammer, lefty, righty, lefty. Fingers to Spencer. Is it Spencer for higher? We're looking at a 2-5. A 2-5 to Jimmy Spencer. 2-5. That's popped up. He got jammed right side near the foul line, waiting for it to come down. It's coming back into fair territory. McMullen makes the play. Spencer pops out to his counterpart. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. A's throw it around the infield, get it back to Fingers. Brian Downing steps to the plate. Downing is 0 for 3, has scored twice, knocked in a run on a fielder's choice. The stash, Raleigh Fingers, deals to Brian Downing, 3-8 to Brian Downing. Righty-righty matchup, 3-8. That is a walk. Good job by Brian Downing. So Downing is at first, 1 through 11 base runner. Fingers is a +1 hold. Tennis is a -1. I mean, he's a B stealer. He's not going to go anyway. That's 1 through. Yeah, it's a 1 through 13. 1 through 13. Do we pinch run for Downing? Let's take a look. I like these plastic bags. I have like a gazillion of these. All right, let's see what we have here. We still have Lamar Johnson on the bench. Pat Kelly's a B stealer too, but he's 1 through 17, which doesn't affect stealing. Do we have an A stealer? Essien would have to come in to catch. He's a -1 on the throw. E, B, E, B, E. Well, it's all the same with Brian Downing. He's going to go 1 through 13. He's going. If he gets in scoring position, we will pinch run with Kelly, who I believe I saw him at 1 through 17. Here goes Downing. He is out. He is out. Snap throw by Tennis. Applying the tag was Bert Campaneris. Oh, boy. The White Sox rolled the dice and crapped out. Out stealing. 2-6. 2 down, bases empty. Mike Terranova, Psalm 76, how you doing? As he just got back from pickleball. Did you win? Base is empty as Superman gets tagged out. The pitch to Jack Brohammer. Now watch him hit a gap. 1-7. Nope. That's a fly ball to center. That's going to be out number 3. Billy North makes the play. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The A's need 1 to win. The A's were once down 7-0. It's now 7-7. As Mike Terranova says, no, I am not good. But did you have fun? That's what matters. Fun. So Raleigh Fingers, if they go to the 10th, will pitch. Now the decision has to be made. Let's think about this. If we go with the Goose, he cannot obviously pitch start game 2. And they'll have to go with their 4th starter, who is not bad, but let's see. Barrios was good against the Angels, though. But I think we got to, Goose is 394. Did allow 16 homers. Had control issues. He walked 90. He had 29 starts, but he did have a save, and he did pitch out of the pen. Only 3 innings. I think I'm going to stick with Clay Carroll with a 2.56 and only 1 homer. So you can't get the homer off the Carroll card. You see what I'm saying? There's no homers off the Carroll card. And this will be his last inning. So if they get through this, then it probably will be Gossage. I mean, Pete Vukovich, too many walks there. We might go to Barrios. Go back to that Barrios magic that he had against the Angels, I think it was. All right, so Clay Carroll will try to get to the top of the 10th. Mark Jones says Carroll has that playoff experience with the Reds in 75, and he's pitching like it. So Carroll will face Campaneris, Rudy, and Bando. You got to keep these guys, you got to keep Campy off the base paths. The pitch to Bert Campaneris from Clay Carroll, we're looking at a 6-11 righty-righty matchup. 6-11, hard hit ball to short, Dent up with it, throws to Spencer, 1 down. Good start for the White Sox defensively here in the bottom of the 9th. So Campaneris tied it in the 6th, but can't get things started here in the 9th. 1 down. Joe Rudy steps to the plate. Can he walk it off with a homer? Carroll shakes off Downing. Now he nods his head. He rocks and deals to Joe Rudy. We're looking at a 3-5 off the Rudy card, right-handed pitcher. 3-5, hard hit ball to short, rinse and repeat. Dent up with it, throws to Spencer, 2 away. They're playing pickle with Bucky Dent. Pepper, not pickle. 2 outs, bases empty for Sal Bando. Can Bando walk it off and make amends for his error that cost the A's a run in the 3rd? Carroll rubs up the baseball. Now he's back up on the bump. He takes that deep breath. Arms down to his chest. The pitch to Sal Bando. 5-11 to Bando. Righty-righty matchup. 5-11. Ground ball to first. Spencer is a 1-E-2. You don't get much better than that. It's a 6. He shall make the play. He snares it. Takes it to the bag himself. We're going to free baseball, my friends. That's a ground out 3. We go to the 10th. Knotted at 7. Cinderella might have blown the lead, but they don't want to go quietly. Due up in the 10th, Bell, Lemon, Bannister. We might go to Lamar Johnson there. And it's going to be Raleigh Fingers. And that will be his 3rd inning of relief. So point of weakness check because he came in the 8th. Well, that should be green, but that's okay. So he pitched the 8th, 9th, 10th is his 3rd inning. Point of weakness check. Oh, okay. We don't know. I think that's it for Clay Carroll. I don't think we can push him much longer, though he's been outstanding with point of weakness checks. He definitely cannot pitch game 2 in game 2. I think we're going to go to Barrios, I think. Or do we try to squeeze another inning out of Clay Carroll? No, I mean, you got to take game 1 in the best of 3. You're really behind the 8 ball, obviously, if you lose. So Raleigh Fingers to face Kevin Bell, Chet Lemon, Alan Bannister, or possibly Lamar Johnson. Fingers to Bell. 210. Swing and a miss. Fingers mowing them down. 1 out. That's his 3rd strikeout. 1 out here in the top of the 10th, 7-7 ball game. To think the White Sox had a 7-0 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. with Ken Brett on the mound. Here's the pitcher, Chet Lemon. Can Lemon do some damage? 6-4. 6-4. Fly ball to center. It's going to carry to the warning track, but no further. Billy North makes the catch. 2 away. Fingers flying through his point of weakness check, and only Alan Bannister stands in the way. Do we want to go to Lamar Johnson? No, we're going to stick with Bannister. The pitch to Bannister, 2-5. 2-5. There's the walk. So Bannister battles Senior Stash, Raleigh Fingers for a free pass in the righty-righty matchup. Go-ahead run at first. Bannister's an ace stealer. We have a +1 on the mound. We have a -1 behind the plate. A stealer. Again, I don't do the extra hold. That's 1 through 15. Bannister going. He is safe. Bannister steals second. Go-ahead run, the speedy Alan Bannister in scoring position with 2 outs, 1 through 17 with a +2, because no one in reality is really held on at second. I don't give a poop what anyone says. I mean, they run, they kick some dirt, they run back to their position. That's not being held on. I always say +2 with 2 outs from second. Ralph Garr. Can Ralph Garr get the job done here? White Sox trying to take the lead. Fingers to Garr. 2-10. Single, but it's only 1 star. Oh, and it's a single. Odds are he's scoring, but it's a single 1 star. What a horrific read by Bannister. Why did he stop halfway? I don't know. There were 2 outs. He only makes it to third. White Sox manager Bob Zuhlke is in total disbelief. First and third, 2 outs. Now, Fingers, if he gives up a walk or a hit, he hits point of weakness. Jim Todd is going to be next out of the bullpen if they can't win it. In the bottom of the 10th, Bucky Dent versus Raleigh Fingers. Fingers to Dent. Can Dent, who's had a few clutch hits in... There's 2 outs. 2 outs, Mark Jones. There's 2 outs. Infield normal. First and third. 2 outs. Yes, if there was less than 2 outs, infield would be in. But there's 2 outs. Strikeout, fly out, single, steals second, advances to third on the single 1 star by Garr. So Bucky Dent, Fingers deals Bucky Dent a 5-8. Righty-righty matchup, 5-8. Ground ball to second. Phil Gardner, range error check. Gardner is a 2E23. An 11. We go to the error check. Oh boy, he's an E23. Will he commit the 3rd error for the A's and give the White Sox the lead? 7. Ooh, I think he makes the play. E23. No, 3 through 7 and 11. He boots the ball. The White Sox retake the lead on another unearned run. So he's an E23. We rolled a 7. 3 through 7 and 11 is an error. The run scores 8-7. White Sox, holy cow. Gardner, who has done well at the plate, commits the error. Bannister scores from third. How huge was that stolen base now? Because it would be bases loaded, but with the stolen base, then the single 1 start was first and third. So we have first and second. No ribby for Dent, but Cinderella lives with an 8-7 lead. Holy cow. The A's have committed 3 errors, costing them 6 unearned runs. Holy cow. Finger still has not hit point of weakness. The error doesn't count towards point of weakness. It's the way I play it, and I believe that's the way the rules state. Again, I play within the framework, but my way. Here's George Orta. 1-7. Hard hit ball to first. McMullen will win the foot race to the bag. The side is retired, but the error by Phil Gardner gives the Cinderella White Sox yet another chance before the clock strikes 12. They push the hands of time back. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Cinderella, 8. That's the Chicago White Sox, folks. The Oakland A's, 7. And now the decision. Now the decision, folks. They will stick with Clay Carroll, who will not pitch, cannot pitch in game 2. They're going to go with Carroll. He's going to get the MVP if they win this game. They're sticking with Carroll. Point of weakness check once again for Carroll. Again, he will not be available in game 2. In game 3, he'll probably have limited innings. But they want to win game 1. And this will be, if they tie it, his last inning. He will face Tennis Baylor. So Clay Carroll came in with 2 outs in the third. So he gets a third. Here he goes. So he's pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is his 6th inning of relief. And that's only, I could see them stretching him. But this is it. 2 extra innings, as he only really pitches 4. You see the 4 in the bracket. So this is it. Again, point of weakness check for Clay Carroll. Here's the pitch to Gene Tennis. We're looking at a 6-2. How do you do? Righty-righty matchup. 6-2 fly ball left field. Bannister scored the go-ahead run, is a 3-6. 18, he will make the catch. We'll just double check to make sure, because sometimes there's a weird thing. 18 coming in. He makes a sliding catch, robbing Tennis of a single. That's why we kept Bannister in the game. A's down to their final 2 outs here in game 1. What a wacky game. Don Baylor steps to the plate. He's 1 for 4. He's singled in a run with his only hit. Carroll steps off the mound, wipes his brow, asks for a new baseball. The umpire gives the ball to Downing, who tosses it out to Clay Carroll. Carroll rubs it up. He's back on the perch. He nods his head. He kicks and deals to Don Baylor. 1-8 to Donnie Baylor. 1-8. Line shot. A step and a dive to his left. Robbing a double down the line is Kevin Ding Dong Bell. 1-8. Righty. He gets the column, but he hits the 8. Ouch. As the 8, you got 6-2, 4-4, and a 5-3. What a play by Bell. The White Sox throw it around the infield, but Carroll wants that ball back and quickly. It comes down to Phil Gardner, whose error could cost the A's the game. Also errors. Again, 6 unearned runs. 4 due to the Tennis error in the first. 1 due to the Bando error in the third. And now the crucial run that once again has put the White Sox ahead in the 10th, top of the 10th, an error by Phil Gardner. Oh, my Lord. It comes down to Phil Gardner and the ready-to-fall-off arm of Clay Carroll. Clay Carroll. Does he have one more out in him? Gossage and Barrios ready in the pen. Time is called. Here comes the manager. Tension. Carroll says he can go. He can go. Manager slaps him on the backside and says, go get him. Bob Zolke says, go get him. Bobby back to the dugout. Carroll's ready. The pitch to Phil Gardner. 212. It's a 212. 212. Fly ball to left field. Bannister is waiting for it. He makes the catch. Cinderella lives thanks to 6 unearned runs on 3 Oakland A's errors. The White Sox, the clock has not struck 12 on them yet. The Chicago White Sox, the worst seed possible in the American League. Actually, I think they were the worst team in the American League, and they're definitely the worst seed in the National League West, and the American League West region, has now defeated the number 2 A's in Game 1 in 10, 8-7. What a game. The White Sox defeated the Royals. This is ironic. The Royals and A's both had byes because they were the top 2 teams, and they're on the verge of both being beat by the Chicago White Sox. So, your winning pitcher is Clay Carroll, and he is the MVP. Mr. Carroll. He is not able to pitch in Game 2 and probably will have point of weakness check after 1 inning if he's used, if there is a Game 3. I have to decide that, and I'll write my little note down here when that game comes. Raleigh Fingers is the losing pitcher, and that's a tough luck loss for Raleigh. Unearned run due to the Phil Gardner error. But again, that's 6 runs unearned scored by the White Sox. 4 in the first due to the tennis error. 1 in the third due to the Sal Bando error, and the game-winning run due to the error by Phil Gardner, scrap iron Phil Gardner, who helped mount the comeback. Wow. So Cinderella lives. White Sox 1-0. They're 1 victory away from taking the West Region Championship, which would send them to Cleveland, as the West will meet the East. But once this series is done and we get a West Region champion, as the Indians were the surprised East Region champions, we'll start the National League East. So, wow. Fun game, though wild. And of course, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Bob Zolke rejoices with his team. He says, any win is a good win. Zolke took over for this bicentennial tournament. Wow, what a wild game. Once again, the White Sox, due to 6 unearned runs, win 8-7. Bob Zolke, bicentennial manager of the tournament so far. All righty. Well, that was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd like to thank Mike Terranova, Psalm 76. Please check out and subscribe to that channel. Morris Johnson, thank you very much. He says, Carroll is the Aqua Velva player of the game. Aqua Velva does something for a man. I'd like to thank Alternate History 100. Please check out and subscribe to that channel. Razor, thank you. As Razor says, Cinderella White Sox, do it again. It's unbelievable. I mean, you see it. It's unbelievable. I actually get excited to roll White Sox games. Who would have thunk that? I want to see what craziness, what craziness results from the dice gods. World's Worst Gamer, thank you. Mark Jones, thank you. Ernie El Dorado, thank you. Bow Chicka Wow Wow. Jason Marks, thank you. Sports Time Machine, our good friend Mr. Utah Mike. Please check out and subscribe to that channel. Cutter Historical was here. I missed him coming in, but thank you very much. Please check out and subscribe to his wonderful channel. Continue to scroll up. Fun chat. I try to read as much as I can and comment while playing the game. Ben Witz, thank you very much. He was the first here at the ballpark in the press booth, aka the chat. Continue. Sports Flicks, thank you. Check out and subscribe to his channel. So thank you very much. If you enjoyed the stream, please smack that like button. If you have not subscribed and you wish to do so, that would be awesome. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. Morris Johnson says they did it in the 70s. They sure did. Become a member of the FOC. How do you do that? Doesn't cost you a thing. You subscribe to my channel. You subscribe to community members' channels. FOC, what does it mean? Friends of the channel, friends of the community. Share, like, sub me. Share, like, sub them. Grow the community, grow the fun, grow not only my channel, but everybody's channel. Come back where everybody knows your name and they are glad you came. Stay safe, be smart, treat people the way you want to be treated. God bless. I love you all. What a fun game. The White Sox on 6 unearned runs. Unbelievable. They blow a 7-0 lead only to win in the 10th on an error by Phil Gardner. And Clay Carroll is the MVP. He gets the win in relief. Pitched marvelously. He is not available for game 2 and probably limited innings, if that, in game 3 if they go there. The A's are very disappointed. I mean, Raleigh Fingers will be point of weakness check if he comes in game 2. So that's what we see with that. Lindblad, same thing if he comes in, point of weakness check immediately. So there you can probably get an inning out of Lindblad, an inning out of Fingers. Wow, White Sox win 8-7. Thank you very much again. God bless. I love you all. You know what's coming. Yes, game 2, but peace.